Everybody, and welcome back to Calmsden Farm. If you missed the first episode, then you can go and have a look back on the playlist, but we sorted out this field. We cut the grass, windrowed it, baled it, and wrapped them. As you can see, they're just chilling out there fermenting. But while they're fermenting, we've got stuff to do. We have got this field to harvest. It's going to be a beast. So we're going to harvest it, we're going to get the straw, we're going to bale it, and then I think we're going to store some of the straw bales. But we want to sell them silage bales because we need the money. So what do we need for harvesting? Well, we need a harvester. I'm not going to buy one because they're a lot of money. You're talking 300 grand upwards. So I've had to lease one. What have I leased? Well, it's a beauty. It's the New Holland CR990. What an absolute beast. I do love I don't know why, I just love these ones because they come with this. The header that's already got like its own wheels. So no issues like I had in Somerset with that twin screw harvester. It was like you couldn't get the header off the trailer. It was just because it was so like nose heavy. But this thing's got some big chunkies on the front. Absolute beaut. And just the header's just so much easier because it comes on its own wheels. You just tow it around, no header trailer, pick it up, fold them under. You're good to go. That's exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to jump in. This thing holds around about 24,000 litres, so it's not massive, but it's good enough. So let's open up a help menu, make sure then we're going to enable straw swath. We need to make sure that's done first. I think we can actually start here, so we're going to drop it here. We'll go hook up to it. Let's just jump inside and have a quick look what it's like. Oh, look at this. Air conditioning. Oh, everything. Yeah, look at this. Air conditioning's on. Computers are set, ready to go. Beautiful. Oh, and the joystick's moving as well. So we're going to hook up. Oh, that's well off, isn't it? Look at that. Too excited to use this. That's why I'm... Look at this. Find the hole, poke it in. There we go. Oh, it's quite a heavy header, that, isn't it? Right, let's go forward in the wheels, as you can see. Look at that. That's all you got to do. It's ready to go. No faffing about with putting a trailer somewhere, trying to get the header off, and then finding out the trailer's in the way. It's all in one. So, double check, straw swath is on. We're just going to run round. Now, this is about... I think it's a 40-metre header. Oh, I need to unfold the tool. Oh, no, that's the harvester. Hang on a minute. We need to change over and unfold the harvester. So I went for the biggest one I could in this model of combine. And I went for the extra long pipe as well, because obviously when we put the pipe out, we need to make sure that it is going to pass the header. And yeah, clearly it's going to pass the header. I'm not sure the short one's half that. I'm not sure. That might have been a bit more trickier, actually. So I definitely think going for this one is the best one. So we'll fold that back in. We'll drop her down. Back up a little bit. Let's get going. The first harvest on Calmsden Farm. Going to get a nice amount of straw. And then we can tackle this field. Because at the minute, we don't really know much about it. We know what the soil type's like. But we can just see at the bottom here. You can see the little map is changing to give us what the yield is. So we just go and park here for a second. We'll go and have a quick look. So you can see, looking at the map there, number 6 is the one we're in now. You can just see the start of what we've done here. And you can see the yield chart on the right. So looking at this then, we're more towards the red and orange, so it's like not the best. We want to be down here sort of in the greens, really. But as we go round, obviously, you know, you can see the same over here on the grass field that we did. Not great here. A lot better over this side. That's all down to the soil type. So I think this is because this is the silty clay. This is loam. Loam's obviously a lot better. But grass doesn't matter too much. Crop fields, yes, it does. But then this has had no treatment on it at all. Now, we've got no data on this field yet, so we can't work out what the nitrogen and all that kind of stuff is yet. But I definitely think once this harvest is done, I'm hoping we're going to get a nice amount. But we'll see if it picks up as we go round. Potentially it could do. Now, because we've got no data, I can't see which part of the field is good. A good soil type, which is bad. We know by checking on the actual stats what's in the ground. So by clicking on our field, then we can see that 10% is loamy sand, which is not great, sandy loam and loam. So nearly 50% of this is loam, which is the good soil. No silty clay at all, which is perfect. We don't want that in a crop field if we can help it. Sometimes you can't help it, but this one, no silty clay at all. Expected yield potential, it should say plus. It's in the green. It says minus, 107, but it should be plus 107. So potentially it should be good, but it's had no treatment on it, so we're not going to be great. So this is something we've got to work at. So let's carry on. Let's keep going round. And let's see how much we can get in before we get for the first fill.
I wish you'd stay, but there you go. I have so much I wanna say to you, much I wanna say, but there's no time. We used it all. Still have so much I wanna talk about, but I messed it up and there you go. Oh, 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 oh. There you go, walking out that door. It felt so close, oh, 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 so close, closer than it felt before. Forgiving me, and I just want you to know I didn't mean it. Baby, I just wanna be with you. I should be with you.
One headland round and we are 67% full. So because we're here, the trailer's just in this shed here, we're going to go and empty. Let's just have a quick look and see what's that one headland round look like. It's not great, is it, when you think? So at the top end here, it's not bad. We're hitting maybe some 70s, 75s, maybe getting up to about some 80s here. And then this part of the field, it really drops. Look at this. This is a good like 50. Maybe like 65 here. It's quite bad over this side. So I'm guessing this side over here could be the loam. We're just going to have to wait until we've done this harvest. Then we can do the soil samples and we can send off the data to find out what we've actually got in the ground. So let's grab the trailer. Let's go tip off what we've got so far. I'm contemplating now whether if we do sell this or hold on to it. It's not the best time, but we really need the money. We're down to 60,000. I think I'll have the answer by the time we finish this field. So let's carry on round then. Let's get this done. So much that I would change about the way I treated you. I don't deserve a second chance. I know that I'm way too late, cause I messed it up and there you go. Oh, 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 oh. There you go, walking out that door. It felt so close, oh, 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 so close, closer than it felt before. Forgiving me, and I just want you to know I didn't mean it. Baby, I just want. So that's all the field done. Let's just go and not drive into my own trailer. Let's go and try and put this in here without damaging anything, if we can. My word. So one thing I have noticed, I am so glad that I don't have crop destruction on, because this thing's brakes really seem to struggle with the weight of the actual vehicle itself. When turning around and you're going to try and get lined up again for your next pass, you hit brake and it keeps rolling into the crops. It's like, what? Stop, please stop. So yeah, I'm so glad that I don't have crop destruction on. Now this one is a modded version of this harvester. I'm not actually sure what's different from the normal, because there's like a normal version of this in-game and then a modded one, which is this. The only thing I can see different in the minute, I think they hold the same power. I don't really know what the difference is. Apart from this one, it seems like the brakes are just need tweaking just a little bit more. So I was having a look at these prices as going around thinking, what am I going to do? I've got to be honest, I really do want to get rid of it now, but I just think that's just stupid when Look, we are at the worst point in August. We could wait. From literally next month onwards, it's going to keep going up, up, and up. We're going to have a good jump next month. And then into October, it's going to be a massive jump. So it just seems really stupid to get rid of it now. So I'm gonna hold on to it. If I put it into the silo, my stock checker will tell me on here, it will tell me what we can expect as an income now and an income at the best time. So let's do that and find out what we're going to get. We haven't got a bad figure at all, 71,000 off that field. So that just shows that's the field not treated, not looked after, and that's what we got. So if we treat it, fertilize it, lime it, do all the things that we need to for the precision farming, it's only going to get better. So let's go and pop this in here. Then we need to open the lid. First time I've had to do this for a while. Look at that. Beautiful. Now let's just go over and see. I'm not sure where the tip point is. Do we have to get it? Oh, it's quite forgiving. Oxygen David's been quite nice to us and it's quite forgiving there. I'm going to get too close in, but try and make it look a bit more realistic and actually tip it into the grate. There we go. Beautiful. Right, let's have a look on the stock check and see what we can expect if we do sell now. So based on the 71,738 that we've got, the price at the minute is 922. At the Cotswold store is the best one. That would give us, if we sell now, 66,154. But if we wait till the best price, which is towards Jan, we could see a return of 92,185. I mean, look, I know money is desperate to us now, but I'd be stupid to sell that. I really would be stupid to sell that now at 66 when we could get 92. So we are going to hold off. I'm going to do my best. We're going to hold off. So I think we've done pretty well here. We've had this thing for under an hour. It's a bit dirty. I don't think it makes a difference if you give it back. I mean, that would be quite cool if you give it back clean. You get a bit more money back or a bit of money knocked off it. I really don't think the game's quite that detailed. So we'll go and return this now because, well, this is the only field we've got that we need a harvester for. So we'll go return that. And obviously we'll go and return that as well. So we just got the straw. Now I did go and get the baler. Now obviously we have still got a half full of grass, which is going to get converted as soon as we start picking this up. So we are going to get our first bale quite quick. What do we predict then we are going to get from this? Now I said on the last one about 10 grass bales and we've got 16. This field is quite big. What do we expect? Bearing in mind, the straw bales, I think, if I remember right, are they 11,500 or 13,000? They're quite beefy bales. So I'm going to go for 20. Am I going to be anywhere near or not? Feel free if you want to leave your predictions in the comments below. I'm going to run round because we did baling in the last episode, so I'm going to run round, get this done. We'll come back and then we'll do some soil sampling to see what actually this field is really like. So all the baling is done. Now, the baler does have a bale counter on it, which I did reset. I normally forget, but I did reset it. But I haven't looked at it yet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to look at it. It did seem quite a lot of bales it was chucking out. I'm going to get the trailer and I'm going to go and collect them. Then we'll find out that way how many we've got. So I think yeah, I think that's going to be better. Now, we have got a little bit, 18% of straw in here, so it wasn't quite enough to sort of complete another bale. I'm going to instant wash that and we'll drop it off. It was a bit of a slow drop off that one. It has to wind down the leg. I like that. So I'm just going to go get the trailer. Where did I put the trailer? Oh, it's still in the field where the silage is, isn't it? The bales. We used it and we left it in there. Right. Can I see it? Yeah, it's there right ahead. Let me go get the trailer. We'll go pick up the bales and we'll see how many we've got. So the trailer is collected in some shape or fashion. It's not the easiest trailer to get around this map. Them mud guards just seem to just keep getting in the way. Trying to get through gateways as well. I took out so many gateways trying to get here. It's ridiculous. Right, so we have got a nice amount of bales, but I said 20 before I started. We're going anywhere near 20. Plus, this is the first time testing out this trailer as well. It seems to be working fine. I'm impressed, actually. A trailer that I had under my nose all this time. I didn't realise that it actually worked for Heston's. If I knew this were for Hestons, then I wouldn't have got the proper one. The proper Heston picker-upper that we used in Somerset. I mean, that was a nice one. That was good, but it only held 10. This, I believe, is 16. And we've got 11 so far. Looking quite good, actually. Might be close with the 20. Got a little collection down here. What's going on down here? Bit of a party on down here. We did grab that one. Last minute to grab that one. So we can fit one more. You know what? I'm going to quick rough count there. I think I've guessed right. And we just got that couple more. That 23, I think I'll make it all together. And not bad. Right, let's go put these near the shed, because we're going to have to telehandle these into the shed. That could be an episode on its own, that could. So we'll go stack these up. We'll come back and get the rest. There we go, look at that. All nice, neatly stacked. Now, yes, that wasn't done with a telehandler. That was done auto-load, because the trailer you can just park by the side and you can move them off. A little bit tricky because the controls are the wrong way. So if you're stood here taking the bales off the trailer, you push left, you would think the bales would move to the left. No, they move right. You push right, they go left. Push forward, they go down. It's a little bit confusing. But 23 bales altogether, that's 20. That's not bad. We're getting closer. We'll get it right at one time. So we've got to remember as well, these are 13,000 litres. So 23 bales at 13,000 each is nearly 300,000 litres of straw. Wow, that's a lot. Now the mission is to see about if we can put them in here. I think that's something I'm going to try off camera, because I'm not the best on telehandler, and I don't think you guys want to see me try and put them in. I'll give them a go off camera first, see how we go. And then I might show you. But we need to sort out this field though. Now this field's ready, it's emptied. Everything's harvested. We have got the field now that we can go and do some samples on. So let's just go and have a quick look and see how much it would cost if we actually send off the samples by getting someone in to take the samples. Like last time the grass field was 20, we did it in 10. Let's see what this says. So it says that it's going to do 56 samples on there at 5,600 cost to do that, and a service provider cost to do it for us at 4,200, meaning nearly 10 grand to have that field done for us. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. So we'll go, and it's a lot cheaper to go and rent the equipment and do it ourselves. So I'll go get that done. We'll see what the soil information is, and then we can work out then what we need to do to make it better. All of the sampling is done. I would say that looks pretty good. Now, yes, if you look at the edges, it's because it's round. How it takes it's not square, so you always get little bits around the edge where, unless you really do overlap them, just misses a little bit. But I think that's pretty good. That is, what, 98% of the field that's covered there. And if we're going to have a look on here, that's 25 samples to get all that covered. Where using it from the map, it said it wanted 56. That obviously is covering every little inch. 25 is more than enough. So we'll go and send them off, and we'll wait for that to come back. So now we can obviously fold this up. We can send this back. We'll just wait for the samples to come back and let us know what we've got on our field. So I've been having a go with these bales, and I'm going to show you a couple. But it might be painful, so I will apologise now trying to watch this. I haven't done much telehandler work. I'm normally quite lazy and just sort of like auto-load, drop them in, put them in a shed that auto-loads them in. But on here, it just feels like I want to do it properly. Now, this thing, I was using this thing, and I've had to swap it out because one thing I kind of forgot, when trying to put it in a shed there, quite tall. So with the weight, you've got to lift them off the ground a little bit. And I was finding that I couldn't get them in. It was hitting the roof. So it's like, oh, okay, that was a mistake that I didn't really think of in the first place. So we put it to the side. And I had a look. Plus that, I have heard a few people have had issues with Heston bales. They're very sticky. And you can't get the forks out. I couldn't get the spikes out. So I have got these installed, which I hadn't got a clue what this was. Something I saw and I'm like, yeah, looks good. Let's add it to the list of mods that I've got. No idea what the heck it was. And I sort of saw it now. I thought, hey, it fits for my telehandler. Let's give it a go and see what it does. Well, this picks up 2 bales, but side on. So it will grab 2 off the top, but keep them flat, as you can see. So they sit here. So height, it helps. And you've got little things like grabbers, which dig in, pick it up, move it, release them. And they're not getting stuck. I'm like, that's brilliant. So it's going to be painful. I'm going to show you. So if we go over here to these ones here. Oh, God, I keep forgetting about how long it is. Keep hitting things. Right. The concentration. So you raise it up like this. If you've never seen these before, welcome to my club. Now, okay, camera angles, I know I'm going to make it easy for myself here, but you can drop it down on top. I'm guessing this thing exists in real life. So you get it lined up like that, and then the little claws on top, can you see the little claws moving? You can dig them in. That's now grabbed both them bales. You pick them up. How cool is that? I didn't even know this thing existed, so there's no spikes you've got to try and stick in. Well, apart from the little ones on top, but because they're hydraulic, they just sort of like dig in and you just open them up again. No trying to like drag spikes out. So we can only really do 2 at a time. You can get bigger ones of these that do 3 or 4. But then you can only really get them 2 wide on a trailer. So unless you stack them 4 wide, you're never going to be able to pick 4 up at a time, if that makes sense, because you can only get them from the top, like I've just done there. So I think 2's more than enough. I don't know if the telehandler would do much more than 2. Might do 3. 4, I think, could be pushing it. So let's just jump inside so we can see. So we can lift it up a little bit here. And I've had to just sort of move these over a little bit because obviously we can't get right close. You're not going to get 3 wide. And obviously we can't get close to the wall because of, well, it's the telehandler. So we can push it like this, right up until it touches that one, so we stop there. And then we go and release the claws. Lift up a little bit. Uh-oh. I said it was going to be painful. There we go. Me bales are stacked. Now, I really think we can only go 2 high. 3 high could be pushing it to try it, or I might be able to. That is so cool. Oh, I keep forgetting how long it is, how far it sticks out the front, and I keep catching it on the wall. Right, I'm going to get the rest of these in here. I'm not going to make you watch all these. I just thought I'd show you a couple of them. But that's a cool setup. So the other spike, I think, can go this one. This is the new one. And it matches the colour of the JCB. So there we go then. All the bales are in. And I must admit, I did actually enjoy that a little bit too much. It's good fun, you know, to sometimes actually do the job properly and use the telehandler and pick up the bales and everything properly and not just auto-load them into a shed. No, that wall was already cracked, by the way. I didn't crack that wall. I know I've drove at it a few times, but, you know, I didn't do that. So, all in here looking pretty good. I managed to get them 3 high as well, which is good. I wasn't sure with the beams at the top there, but managed to sort that out. Now, I did initially say about maybe straw one side and maybe hay this side and same in the other shed. But I'm not sure if that's actually going to be doable because you need to back in this way where I am now to be able to then line up over here. So to be able to put, yeah, really can't get much more out this way because the doors. Maybe stack it up again here. Maybe come out a little bit more. Maybe get a few more bales in. But wouldn't be able to stack up anything on that side. Because as you start backing up, you're going to hit these bales here. You're going to struggle to get out. So maybe you could only put one of a kind in. So straw in here. Potentially, we could stack the silage bales in the silage pit. Because they are wrapped. So they're going to be okay to be able to stack outside. That's not going to be an issue. Maybe this shed then we could use for maybe some hay. Maybe put some hay this side. Or we could even maybe put hay down one side and grass down the other side. Yeah, that's potentially a way. I mean, we have got sheds here. We have got more places we can store them, so not too bad. But I don't think we need much more straw, really. That's nearly 300,000 litres of straw there. So yeah, I think this has been pretty good. So let me just go tidy up a bit. So I did get the soil samples back, and the one doing it through the field way, this way, was going to be nearly 10 grand. Well, the samples I did and sent off, it looks pretty good. 2.5 grand. So much cheaper doing it yourself. So a little lesson for you there. But it's looking pretty good here. You can see we've got a nice amount, you know, loam, sandy loam, loamy sand. Looking pretty good. Now, pH levels, not bad. According to the scale here, pH is actually pretty good. It's at 14.2. But the nitrogen, oh, that's shocking. Look at that, 2.9. So, if we look after this field and get all these levels up, then we should be able to get a better yield. So we didn't do bad on that field, thinking like how rough it is. But the nitrogen like that, yeah, if we actually do it properly, fertilize it properly, we should be pretty good on there. So the grass is going to be a bit rough because, and we'll get it a little bit better, but it's still going to be rough because it's grass. But that's all looking pretty good. So let's go and shut these up. Nothing in that one. Protect the straw. Well, we'll leave that trailer here for now. So we've got to look at doing some care on the fields. But I'm just worried about the bank balance. It's 62,000. If we're going to put lime and fertilize it, lime is what's going to absolutely drink the bank account. It's saying it's okay. So it's okay on this one. It's not too bad. So it wouldn't take as much. But nitrogen is 0. So yeah, that's going to take a little bit to sort out. I think we need to maybe prep this field a bit more. So we need to maybe, I mean, we could mulch it. But it only adds literally 2%. So I think we might skip on the mulching. We'll see if we can get a cultivator. Completely forgot what it's called then. A cultivator. We'll cultivate this one up. Or we could look at getting a direct drill. Now, if we get a direct drill, we wouldn't need to cultivate. So let's just see. I've got a drill in mind. You might have seen it before. It's kind of one of my go-to ones. I do like it. Let's just see if that does direct drill. So we could get something like this. This is my go-to. The multi-fruit. 8 meters width. But it does direct drill. So we can put any crop in the ground with this. And I might have just coloured it to match the JCB colours. Black and yellow or goldy kind of colour. That does look pretty good, that does. So obviously it's a bit out of reach buying it. It's 160,000. We're kind of 100,000 short of that. But we can lease it for just over 8,000, which is not bad at all. So it will fertilise and seed. So that's, yeah, you know what, that's... Wouldn't need to cultivate. It would save us one thing to do. And I don't think, I mean, they do sort of say, don't they? Cultivating doesn't help the soil. Obviously, you're disturbing the ground. But if you can just direct drill on it, it keeps all the nutrients in here, in the field now, and puts them back in the ground. Decisions. I do think that's going to be best. Direct drill this back in. But what could we put in here? So we can put some canola in the ground. So we have a look now. We're in August. You see the green bar shows it's planting. So we can put canola in the ground right now. But I think because we can also do September and October, canola is quite good on the actual price list. If we have a look here, oats, maximum is just over 2,000, 2,300 for canola. So canola's looking pretty good. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to do these to sell, to make some money just from the crops only. We're going to try our best to do no productions if we can. So I'm thinking if we go to bed, wake up in September, as Green Day say, put some canola in the ground, that will give us chance as well for the bales ferment. Will our silage bales be ready by next month? Maybe, maybe not quite. But put some canola in the ground. That'll get something growing in. We could direct drill that in. If the bales are ready to, like, fermented and ready to sell, we could have a look at see about selling them because the price doesn't fluctuate that much. So we can sell them. I really want to look at the sheep pasture because sheep just take grass. And at the minute we haven't got any grass. But if we just poke ahead through here, we do have a cow pasture. which does have a lot of lovely grass that we can cut, because cows we're going to have to just hold off a little bit because I haven't quite got everything for their food just yet. I think that could be pretty good. But for now though, I think that's a good place to wrap this up. We'll come back, we'll drill canola into this in the next month, and fingers crossed, our silage bales will be fermented and ready to sell. Thank you for watching, I really do appreciate it. I will see you in the next episode.